It's going to be a powerhouse of wisdom, featuring interviews with thought leaders, industry experts, and extraordinary individuals.
The way in market you always get an edge over your competitor. So that's the reason why patents are more important when you talk about research.
Wow, so I will really wish you all the best in terms of getting it
Thank you.
granted. And you will be able to actually see your own innovation and creation being put, being implemented to use at various levels in terms of it could be defense guys or it could be a normal person who may really want to use that kind of a bone patent or a bone innovation solution that you've already created. So this is really, again, very interesting. Um, I don't know, I have no words after listening to these creations that you have had the opportunity through the kind of studies that you've gone through and stuff like that. So this is just not a career perspective, but this is a noble thing as well. It kind of gets added to it in terms of helping uh, the humans rather. So the next question I have about is so you've been working at various levels in terms of being a professor, associate professor. How did your career started and when it started? What was your first job?
Ah, uh, it's funny. Uh, First job is during my graduation. I had worked for one of the marketing company just to get an clear idea how like I just wanted to know how difficult it is to earn money. So I hardly worked for a month with that organization, and I couldn't cope up with the stress, so I left that particular thing. Then the first job is like when I was doing my postdoc, I at John Hopkins, I got an offer from Defense Institute of Advanced Technology to join them as an assistant professor. So the assistant professor at Defense Institute of Advanced Technology was actually, my career's, you can say, a first job where I actually started working in a direction or in a field which I really enjoyed working. So after Defense Institute, I got an opportunity to work with one of the topmost medical college, although private, but topmost institute, which is DY Patil Medical. So they have a center for stem cells and regenerative medicine. So I got an opportunity to head that center, and that's the reason I shifted from my base from Defense Institute to DY Patil Medical College. Uh, During this journey, this patent which I have talked about, bone patent, it was almost in, it was getting it to the level where I was expecting it to be. And I always had this curiosity that whatever work I'm doing right now, how that work has translational values, like how in industry, how this work is being used, what kind of sensors industries are there, and how these sensors are being used in these industries. So this question was always there in back of my mind. I always wanted to start something of my own in these stem cell industry, and all of a sudden I received a call from one of the topmost stem cell industry in Noida called Advanced Technology, and they just gave me an offer that I should be heading their technical division as a CTO. So I just gave it a thought, and I thought, it's a good opportunity to learn. Being an academician, you don't know how the business
Yeah.
goes or grows, and if I'm getting an opportunity to learn how to do business or what are the direct applications of the research which I'm doing in the lab, why not? So that's where I have shifted from academics to industry, and it was really a good experience working with advances because I could learn many things which otherwise I would not have learned. A management skill, people handling skills. Uh, Research was always there. Then how to market yourself, how to work on your products. So these are some of the nitty-gritty which I have learned during my stay at Advances. So after Advances, I moved to Manipal University, but that was again for a shorter period. And then now I'm with IIT Delhi as a COO of the center called Sophisticated Analytical and Technical Health Institute. So this particular institute is, it's mainly been established to cater MSME startups and industries to perform their research and instrumentation activities. So we have all sophisticated instruments available with us under one roof, which people can come and use these equipment at very minimal cost.
Mhm. The question around the jobs was more specifically coming from the student community who probably would graduate later in the future and would want to know exactly what is it that they will get out of the education that they have spent years into it. How does the industry, how does the career trajectory looks like for microbiologists in India, or do they need to go ahead and still go ahead and pursue the masters, spend more time and years into it, and then actually think about getting into a kind of a profound career in just not uh, academically but also earning wise, is where it was coming from. So did you
Okay.
ever think of also going ahead and pursuing, this is a very standard question that I have in all my podcasts to all my um, experts, is that did you also think about going ahead and pursuing more specialization from you know universities outside India and what they could be?
I would like to answer your last question first. Yes, like it's always good to have that edge over other students, and that edge over is you will get it when you work with some of the international institutions. And generally, when you start working with these institutes, you automatically change the perspective or your viewpoints, the way you look at your career or a growth path. Like because there are many things which you do it for the first time. You start doing it independently, and that gives you extra confidence that whatever you are doing or you will be doing, you will definitely excel into that. And just to have that flair, I think it's important that one should consider having at least a brief span of time spent in good international institution, pursue their career. So coming back to microbiology and its opportunities in job industry. So as I have told you, like microbiology, it's like it's very hot subject even right now. So food industry is one industry one can tap. Pharmaceuticals, where there is a microbiologist post is available. Then medical lab technologies, where microbiologists are required. There are various research institutions where the junior research fellows or research assistants are required to work in microbiology labs. So this is one of the career immediately after graduation. Uh, so these are some of the starting career, like and uh, as I've told you, like pharmaceutical is like never-ending business, and
Yeah.
microbiologists have a great opportunity in pharmaceutical courses. So immediately, if somebody wants to start working or considering their career in rather than going for a master's degree, they want to start with their jobs. There are opportunities available for even for BSc with microbiology specialization. Only thing is, what I have noticed is like with master's degree and a bachelor's degree, if you spend two more years pursuing your master's, achieving your career growth is little easy than being in master's being in bachelor's degree. Uh, one can also think about if somebody goes for a job, they can also think about some management courses, there are some hospital management courses are available, then quality assurance and quality testing management is available. There is a MBA in biotechnology nowadays, which is booming up. So these are some of the management career also which one can think about during their job. Like one can have a part-time MBA degree with their job. So if not MSc, there are other avenues also if you have a microbiology.
Right. One last question I have toward is about technology. AI is becoming extremely popular. After hearing and listening to everything that you explained, it's not easy for any AI or technology to go ahead and replace the efforts, time, and the knowledge that a human has, a microbiologist have, to go ahead and replace it and get it automated and stuff like that. So at this point in time, today in 2023, how do you think and where do you think technology is actually doing the right justice and partnering with the research to what microbiologists perform? I think it's more of a support function rather than actually going full fledged, correct?
So when we talk about AI, this AI technology is not going to replace microbiologists for sure, and but there are some fields which are coming up nowadays, like say 3D printing, wherein you're using 3D printer to create a organ structure, biological organ structure. But yes, this joint venture between AI and biology is definitely going to serve better for a betterment of mankind. But I'm very sure that AI will not be able to replace biologists, not just microbiologists for that matter, but any biologist, because handling the biology material is very difficult. Like, although there are some automated machines which can perform few of the jobs, but they cannot do entire. They cannot replace the human interference in those technologies. So AI will not be able to replace biology for that matter. But some one should have a knowledge of AI, because as I have earlier also mentioned, having an extra knowledge never goes west. And coping up with the recent technology, it's what makes you better than your competitor. So when you go for any job, or even when you're performing your own research, getting the help from AI to understand how things may evolve will always give you an extra advantage.
Right. On that note, about your parting comments, where do you think? I think these are the golden days right now. This is the golden
Yeah.
hour for all the healthcare industry experts, pharmacology industry experts. Um, if we can hear more about your encouraging comments, that will help students to go ahead and pursue microbiology in all their serious attitude. That will really help.
Yeah. Before I could tell about microbiology, I would like to emphasize on not just the microbiology, but when somebody select any subject of their choice, if they do best in their own field, there is no looking back for those students. So forget microbiology. Even people who are, in say arts fraternity, even if they, excel in their selected topics, I'm very sure they will reach to a heights where people will dream to reach. So now coming back to microbiology, microbiology, it was there since this particular topic was there since 1960s, 1970s. People aim to be a microbiologist, and uh, fortunately, microbiology keep evolving itself along with introduction of biotechnology, or say vaccine biology. So all these topics have been introduced into microbiology. So microbiology, at least for me, it's a never-ending topic. It will keep getting evolved, and as science evolves, the opportunity also increases. And being a microbiologist, I think it's easy for the student who are pursuing their study in microbiology can switch their career into different direction as per their liking. So yes, but again, here also I would like to emphasize is when they select microbiology, their dedication and the hard work is what again matters, because that is the one thing, that particular attitude is what is going to take them to a to climb those success steps.
Sure. So this is like a never-ending conversation that's going to happen, but due to time constraint, we'll have to pause a little while. Some interesting topics that you actually gave me leads on were microbiology and vaccine, microbiology and biotechnology and stuff. I think it'll be really interesting to talk a little more in detail about it for the
Sure.
student community and the parents as well, to understand why are their kids. Let's say, for example, if they want to go ahead and pursue microbiology or BSc and pursue them your masters in microbiology, why are they going toward it? It's not about only jobs and getting money, but I think it's more of a nurturing their own brains in shaping their own way of thinking and performing research and what comes out of it. That's the more satisfying way of actually dealing with their own thirst of being inquisitive and the learning curiosity as well. So thank you so much for all your time today. Yeah, it was great talking to you. Every word probably through this podcast is going to be helping the students so much if they're going to be attentive as well. I think this has really opened up a great avenue for them.
Thank you so much, Sachin, and pleasure is always mine. It was really great interacting with you also.
Sure. Thank you so much.